But this has been a pretty tough and gritty group.
It really has. They played great in the seeding games, won 5 games, really exceeded expectations, and they've been able to see some things with all these guys getting a chance to play a bigger role than they have this year, and for most of them, a bigger role than they've played at any time in their career.
Garrett Temple, who was just 1 of 9 from 3 the other night in Game 3, gets the Nets off and running with the early lead. Gasol unable to complete the 3-point play. See if the Nets can continue this sweet offensive start. LeVert off the handoff from Allen. Here he comes slithering into the paint, off balance, and he's headed to the free throw line. Stephanie, I wonder if growing up, Caris LeVert ever dreamed of one day making the all-bubble team. But what a story he's been. Siakam extends and goes glass. So tough on that box, especially with that face-up maneuver. But the rebound cleared by Lowry. There was a time if people wondered, you know, what kind of player he'd be when he came back. He is playing at an all-star level. What a move by Anunoby! 7 straight points. Johnson, this is a deep 3 splash. What a start by Caris LeVert and the Nets. He's got 11 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Siakam has the answer for the Raptors. How about the shooting so far? Brooklyn 57%, and the Raptors even better at 60%.
Really playing for his career here. Chris Chiozza on the floor, playing to prove that he belongs in the NBA. Jared Allen fighting to try to be the starting center next year. If you remember, when Jacques Vaughn first took over, he inserted DeAndre Jordan into the starting lineup. Clearly, the way he said it that time out, he clearly didn't say anything to anybody on the coaching staff. He wanted to stay in the game. Then he got in there and just figured out he couldn't do it.
Garrett Temple knifing his way through the defense.
And then Ibaka's going to play a lot. He'll play more than Gasol does. Norman Powell's going to play. He just hits a 3 there. And everybody else is just going to get scraps. He's going to keep his better guys on the floor. It allows him to stay in rhythm.
So a 3-point game. What a shot and what a finish by Davis. Dropping a sledgehammer. Stan, you impressed with what we've seen from Brooklyn so far? They're down 7.
Well, their pace is great. They haven't been able to guard effectively at all. You know, they're trying to play a little bigger on Siakam, so they're playing small. Luwawu-Cabarrot on Serge Ibaka down low. He's just really mismatched. So Jacques Vaughn trying to mix it up as much as he can with matchups, playing some zone. They're going to stay with Luwawu-Cabarrot on Ibaka. They're just trying to stay big on Siakam, but that puts them mismatched in other places.
Ibaka, tough fadeaway over the top of Luwawu-Cabarrot. Over the next weeks and months. First, the business at hand here. Can they finish strongly? Down 3-0 to the defending champs. LeVert steps into a tough 3 contested, and he's got everything going. 18 for LeVert. This opening its second-round series potentially against the Celtics.
Absolutely.
What an attack by Powell.
Well, that's what Norman Powell's always been able to do, is put it on the floor and attack, an explosive guy. And then his shooting has opened up a whole nother element.
22 for LeVert, and Brooklyn showing some fight.
We've got Chris Chiozza on Serge Ibaka.
Powell dropping a hammer.
I don't know exactly what Brooklyn was trying to do there. Nobody even came and doubled.
And they feed the big fella. Johnson triples around Davis and then denied again. Ibaka doing it defensively. A pretty setup off the dribble. Timeout Brooklyn. Temple thought about it. Luwawu-Cabarrot just hasn't had it till this point. It's saved. Nicely done by Allen. Shot clock didn't reset. Allen, a leader, got it again.
Well, now we're just going to Jared Allen on every possession. It took him like 5.5 quarters to get a shot, and now he gets 2 on 2 possessions. But again, Ibaka in low. They're playing Ibaka and Gasol together, and there's just no answers down there from Brooklyn.
First-year kid out of Mississippi. He started out before the All-Star break as Luwawu Cabarro finally able to stroke one from deep. Well, it's kind of become the new norm in the NBA. Powell! Nasty!
If you're going to go against a shot blocker, Jared Allen was right there. They always say you got to go strong. That's about as strong as you can go right there by Norman Powell.
My goodness.
You're right. The legend of Luka continues to grow.
Allen on a leaner. So a guy who was non-existent as a shooter for about 7 quarters has been unleashed. He's got 8 points, 14 rebounds. And Brooklyn just trying to stay within striking distance. Nice little floater by Siakam.
How important the details of spacing are. Just being all the way down in the deep corner rather than up at the break in the arc makes it a lot harder on the defense as Van Vliet hits another 3.
Thanks, Pharaoh. A lot of people may have been introduced to Karis LeVert while we're here in Orlando. All eyes in the sports world are on the bubble. Let's not forget, he's one of only 4 Nets players to have scored 50 or more points in a game and also a triple-double in their career. The other 3 are Kyrie Irving, Vince Carter, and Stephon Marbury. And here's the kicker, guys. Karis did it in the same week.
What a crazy week that was, as Kurucs nicely set up by LeVert.
Being the guy that creates the shot. That to me will be the interesting part, is how those two could function together in a second unit.
LeVert not that time, then Kurucs was there for the offensive rebound. Johnson, that's good.
Well, look, the Nets are undermanned and they're playing fast. Offensively, they've played okay. But defensively, this is open gym night.
Serge Ibaka.
There's no resistance down here from Brooklyn whatsoever.
LeVert says, why not? Little step back 3. 102-83 Raptors as we hit the 3-minute mark of the quarter. Siakam just waltzing his way to the cup.
50 that Jack Vaughn wanted.
Here comes Temple extending, and a chance at 3 for Temple. It's on Ibaka. Siakam taking a glance up at the clock, fires and strokes at 3. 14th made 3-pointer tonight by the Raptors. As the Raptors trying to put the finishing touches on the Nets. Final seconds of the quarter. Davis with the Baker to beat the Horn. And that is the kind of night it's been, kind of series it's been.
Of losing a good friend who had meant so much to so many people in the game. That's a day that I'll remember the rest of my life.
3-pointer from Davis won't go. And some of the tough decisions that you coaches have to make. Chiozza, second 3-pointer of the quarter. Davis resets. Here is Boucher. Davis from deep. Splash. Yeah, Thomas was signed for Wilson Chandler, who opted out of the restart with the COVID-19 situation, as we saw a number of players do around the league. Guys had to make some tough decisions, taking their families into account. And Thomas trying to take advantage. Anderson kind of got caught in midair, turns it over. Hollis Jefferson at the head of the field. And the Raptors just continue to pour it on. Paul Watson. Will be the Raptors and the Celtics, Eastern Conference semis. A couple of terrific matchups coming together, both the East and West. Musa will dribble out the final seconds, and it is over. The Toronto Raptors have posted their first ever playoff series sweep in their 25-year history as they eliminate the Brooklyn Nets, a team depleted by injuries. 150 to 122